Welcome to the Write Me In podcast, where we talk about making your author dreams come true. I am your host, Anna Reiser, and happy Preptober! In today's episode, we'll be talking about how to go from a vague novel idea to a fully fleshed out novel synopsis, which for me is the first step to truly planning out a novel. I know it seems fun to just kind of jump in head first, but trust me, a little bit of prep goes a long way when you're trying to write a novel in just 30 days. So, step one, we gotta brainstorm. Let's get our general ideas out onto some paper. So, grab a piece of paper and write your general idea for your story. Today, I'm gonna be using a reverse engineered example for The Hunger Games. So if I had written The Hunger Games, then my initial idea, I think, would have been dystopian world fully controlled by government. Government uses the citizens to keep control of the company, nation, area in some way. See how that idea only sounds very vaguely like what The Hunger Games is? It is just an idea. It is not a full story, just an idea. It sounds cool, but I still have no idea what's going to happen. So on my paper, below the general idea that I just wrote out, I would go ahead and start writing out the elements of a story that make it a story, a compelling story at that, which is main character, big things that happen to your characters, aka why we care about your characters, setting, time, is it the past, the present, the future, and maybe even a quick backstory. So back to our Hunger Games example, I would write whatever came to my mind first. So main character, poverty-stricken teenage girl. Setting, dystopian United States. Time, future. Quick backstory. Government controls the society by killing the citizens' children. Big thing that happens to the main character. Girl gets entered into an arena where she will most likely be killed to help the government keep control of the country. See how that still doesn't quite sound like the Hunger Games we know and love? Of course it doesn't. It's still just an idea. But now we have all of the elements of a story, so we can start on the synopsis. For me, I like to discovery write the synopsis. Discovery writing is when you write to figure things out. You write until you can't write anymore on the subject. And this is how you kind of work through your ideas and get to the meat of your story. So for me, in the Hunger Games example, I would start out like this. Poor girl lives in a dystopian United States sometime in the future. The government has complete control of the country through a game they have created in which the nation's children are put into an arena and must fight to the death. A boy and girl from each state get selected to compete. That's a good start to a synopsis, but I still need to figure some things out. Like, after writing that, I know that 2 kids from each state would be 100 people competing, and that's way too many. So I need to divide the country differently into sections or districts rather than 50 states. So I would go ahead and rewrite my synopsis using that, and then I would build from there. I try to get my final synopsis to 1 full page, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be less or it can be more. I just like to have something written out that I can reference while outlining. For me, I can only dissect something into little pieces after I see the big picture, which is why this is a really helpful method for me. So for this week, I want you to work on your novel synopsis. Go ahead and head over to my website, annariser.com, to grab a free template on how to write a character synopsis to help you along in this journey. And I will meet you right back here next week for Preptober Week 2, where we'll be talking about characters and developing them into real, believable people with thoughts and feelings and inner conflict. It's going to be so good. Be sure to go follow me on Instagram at Anna_Elizabeth. That's Elizabeth without the E. And join the Write Me In email list to get freebies, more tips, secret podcast episodes, and more. And guys, happy Preptober.